Good evening to all of you. You know, when I see about 400, can you hear me? All of you can hear me? About 400 graduates. Today, we are producing 260 million tons of food in India. Who is responsible? Two people are responsible. One is farmer, another one scientist, another one agriculture science. You have to ask yourself whether you have contributed for that. Okay? Now friends, I am going to talk to you about an Indian scientist who was traveling 1930 from London to Calcutta. When he reached Calcutta in 1929, he saw the sky was blue. He saw the sea was blue. He asked why. For 10 years he do the research, established that because of backscattering the light, he got a Nobel Prize for physics. Who is that? Who is that? Sir C.V. Raman got that. Now friends, only lady, whole world, she got 2 Nobel Prizes. Only lady who got 2, Madam Curie got 2 Nobel Prizes, one for discovering radium. Another is discovering the application of radium for cancer patients. So friends, they are all related. The question is that 400 graduates who are assembled here, how you want to be remembered? How you want to be remembered? At the end of my 10 minutes talk, I am going to talk to you how you can be remembered, the 400 agriculture scientists. First of all, I would like to greet Her Excellency Srimati Draupadi Murmu. And yesterday she took over the governor. Today she is with you, all of you. It's a happy news. Then Sri Raghubar Das, your Chief Minister, he gave a challenge to you just now. And the Honorable Sri Randeep Kumar Singh ji, and my friend Dr. George John, the Vice Chancellor, Birsa Agriculture University, Dean and Directors, Heads of Department, members of faculty and staff, and distinguished guests, dear graduates and students. Friends, indeed I am delighted to participate in the 5th convocation of Birsa Agriculture University in London. Your university has got a great name attached to Birsa. My greetings to Honorable Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, members of boards of management, academic council, dean of faculties, distinguished guests in the first few rows, and graduates and dear students. I am happy that this Birsa Agriculture University has linked its education research and extension with rural development, very important, particularly tribal development. It is heartening to know that BIU is contributing in developing strategies for optimum income to farmers, the large, medium, small and marginal and farm holdings. Friends, I congratulate all the graduating students today and all the faculty for shaping young minds. Today I am going to talk to you next 12 minutes, dimension of 21st century Indian agriculture. Indian agriculture, how it will get transformed. I want to tell you, I read a book. That book talks about the essence of agriculture. It says, friends, few days back, I was reading a recently published book, What a Wonderful World. The name of the book, What a Wonderful World, written by Marcus Chow. I would like to quote a beautiful paragraph from the book that captures the importance of agriculture to sustain human life on our planet. Yeah. Now, friends, it says, Marcus Stone writes, let us remember why we are here in the planet. Because our farming ancestors learned the fine art of growing crops from the wild plants. Man, human being, despite his artistic pretensions, his sophistication, and his many accomplishments, owes his existence to 16 layers, 150 millimeter layer of topsoil, and the fact that it rains. Unquote. So, friends, it is because that entrepreneurship plays a crucial role in the development. When you graduate, go out of this campus, crucial role, entrepreneurship plays a crucial role in the development and well-being of a society as it creates jobs, drives and shapes innovation, and promotes competition, which in turn improves productivity. Agriculture productivity can grow and enrich our farmers only through integrated rural development, involving agriculture, non-agricultural growth along with the society. Friends, today, one of the major problems in the field of agriculture is small size landholding. Everywhere, including Jharkhand, by farmers, which is continuously getting fragmented due to our family structure. Under these circumstances, the only solution for increasing the productivity is to create a positive farmer cooperative movement in our rural sector and tribal sector, which will bring together small farmers facilitating mechanized farm. Farm is very vital. Silo storage, value addition, and marketing of agro products. When the farmer's production increases, these cooperatives will forecast and establish networks with markets on behalf of individual farmer members to facilitate rapid movement where there is a demand and profit farm. Because farmers in distress always when they produce more. So that's why cooperative movement is very vital. Also the entrepreneurs should plan for diversification and value addition of the product needed by various sections of the society. Now friends, I felt to have our honorable chief was telling how do the next generation of agricultural scientists, what should be the revolution in agriculture? First and foremost, characterize the soil. To suit the soil, to find out the type of fertilizer. Through the fertilizer and the seed, you have to control the water through sprinklers and drip irrigation methods. And then when the agriculture produce, and there should be a silo, there is a cold storage store so that farmers are not in distress. So friends, with this, I would like to say that as scientist and agriculture scientist of this great agriculture university, Birsa University, now you have to think of the new technology that is transgenic technology. It's called transgenic technology. Last year marked 30th anniversary of the first successful introduction of foreign genes into a plant. A transgenic crop plant contains a gene or genes which have been artificially inserted, means of plant acquiring them through pollination. Depending on where and what purpose the plant is grown, desirable genes They provide features such as high yield or improved quality pest control, disease resistance, and tolerance for agro products. When the farmers' production increases, these cooperative movements which I saw will forecast and establish networks with market on behalf of the individual farmers owners. So transferring technology, I am sure Birsa Agriculture University will teach and do research. So GM technology, we have to go for GM technology to increase the 260 million tons of food today what we produce to 350. We need technology, that is GM technology. Friends, now for that, the International Crop Research Institute for Semi-Arid Crops, ICRISAT Hyderabad, and the Department of Biotechnology, DPT, Government of India, have together established a platform for translational research, transgenic crops. It's called ETTC. The DPT funded platform is $6.2 million. That project translates transgenic technology and harnessing products to meet the needs of agriculture growth. So the BTTC then will provide an opportunity for public sector research institutes, including the Birsa Agriculture Research Institute and private sector biotechnology companies to work together for translating strategic research into products. I am sure the young graduates will contribute to our society by following the basic truth in life. Make the difference. Wherever you are, whatever you are, the knowledge and skills that you acquire are not everything. They are probably sufficient to earn a living. But you should have learned it to yearn. You must try to yearn for learning. Understand that ultimately you strive as a leader. If you possess an attitude of good human being, a human being who tries to live among fellow human beings for betterment of all human beings, who tries to give back much more to the society, Jharkhand society, than what we have received from it. Now friends, I would like to say what you will be remembered for. What you will be remembered for. I gave you how you will be remembered for. Now, this century, present century has seen islands of success in agriculture growth and productivity increase in many parts of the nation. But insurance to the farmers and increase their dairy capacity is possible only by adapting the following: multi-cropping, including Jharkhand, you have to do multi-cropping, scientific farming, with regulated drip irrigation very vital, creation of reliable agro-food processing infrastructure, not only production of food processing infrastructure, increased availability of groundwater for 24/7 power availability. Now the coordinated mission mode operation has been initiated by government in partnership with agriculture universities and its scientists. One of the very important recommended farmer quality issues, the agriculture university in Jharkhand and Jharkhand government must ensure the farmers get right quality seeds, quality fertilizer and quality pesticide. Then only you get a good crop. So I would like to conclude that finally, friends, you have to do a lot of organic farming and market it. And now I am going to talk to you how important an integrated development plan, its employment and generation of the focus, driven by provision of the EBITDA, healthcare, education, skill development, physical and electronic connectivity and marketing as a business proposition in a sustainable manner. Certain research areas have been identified for agriculture sector. The Birsa, the Birsa Agriculture University may like to consider taking it as a mission mode program involving R&D agencies, agriculture ministries, farmers and the government, Jharkhand government. Number one, in many parts of the nation they have been found that the soil is deficient. The soil is deficient in micronutrients such as zinc, boron and sulfur. There is a need to map this deficiency in Jharkhand, different areas, and bridge the gap through balanced fertilization demonstrated on large farms and multi-crop systems. Second one, providing improved quality seed varieties, matching the soil conditions and climate variability. The quality seeds have been made available to the farmers to buy at the right time. Third one, forecasting to the farmers correctly at the right time. The monsoon arrival and also monsoon performance. Right input to the farmers accordingly to be available. Fourth point, promoting appropriate land and water management practices. Here, no river, but your water harvesting. Every home has water earlier. Promoting appropriate land and water management practices for alleviating the water logging and simultaneously harvesting water for subsequent supplemental irrigation. Farmers and agricultural scientists have to work together. Fifth point, capacity building among stakeholders through training, skill development, and online problem solving, knowledge sharing through agri clinics. You must have, your university should have start agri clinics at various blocks. The sixth point, arranging efficient processing of product produced, which will result in a value addition 4 to 5 times. How much what you produce, you have to do the value addition 4 to 5 times. Cooperative farming is very important for that. We need research on nutritional aspect of food and create a plant and farm mix which leads to efficient nutrition on food produce. My farmer friends tell me that one of the key research and development areas which they need in the field of agroeconomics and development of proper market for the farm produce. Farmer produce lot of tomato. Farmer produce lot of vegetables. Farmers produce lot of agriculture produce. But cost goes down. We don't have a proper storage. So you should research. I also suggest research areas for this agriculture university of Jharkhand include issues like forward pricing, breaking the monopolies and fertilization purchases, fixing a spot price in your delivery and a market where the farmer has a choice whom to sell. Now I asked 400 graduates who are assembled here, agriculture, what to be a unique. Now how you can be unique? Friends, the second green revolution is indeed a knowledge graduation from characterization of soil to matching the seed with soil. And while doing so, ultimate care would have been taken for various environmental, people-related aspects leading to sustainable development. With this aspect, with this background, I would like to ask all the 400 graduating students, graduates, you would like to be remembered. How you would like to be remembered for? You should write it on a page today. That page may be a very important page in the book of human history, a Jharkhand history. And you will be remembered for creating that one page in the history of the nation. Now, I am asking, will you be remembered for planning and executing a second green revolution which can double the productivity of the next time? First question. Second one, will you be remembered for developing new seeds which can be resistant to weather vagaries? They are not farmer problems. Will you be remembered for evolving a strategy for biofuel? With Jharkhand, you can grow a lot of biofuel from plants and algae it can effectively replace fossil fuels. Will it be remembered for implementing a roadmap for organic cultivation, the world market for organic products, organic cultivation, free from harmful pesticides and chemical fertilizers, which can give healthier food for all. Next question, will it be remembered for executing a better management for food processing, storage, give agriculture university job and marketing to help farmers to overcome market fluctuations. Will it be remembered for inventing a new digital and computerized mechanism of managing farming equipment and machines, optimal irrigation and farm supervision. My best wishes to all the graduating students and members of the faculty of Birsa Agriculture University Ranchi for success in their mission of working towards enhancement of a sustainable agricultural productivity for the nation. May God bless you all.